Welcome back to my channel. This video will be looking at leprosy and a character named Gehazi in the Bible found in 2 Kings 5:27. Introduction. In Leviticus chapter 13, biblical leprosy is described as a scab or a bright spot. The hair on the flesh turns white. If the bright spot be white in the skin of his flesh and spread, this is unclean. The cure. After 7 days, the priest will re-examine the leper. The leper is clean if the plague be somewhat dark and the plague spread not in the skin. If the leprosy have covered all his flesh, the priest shall pronounce him clean, as he is turned white all over. He is clean. This slide, you can freeze it, and just see how modern day leprosy is described. There are two types. Block 3, Gehazi, found in 2 Kings 5:27. The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence, a leper as white as snow. Block 4 reference 2 Kings 5:25. In verse 25, Gehazi disobeyed his master Elijah, and he lied to Naaman. He took money from Naaman for work Elijah did without Elijah's permission. And as a result, Elijah cursed Gehazi with the condition of leprosy. Diversity. Block 5, we'll look at diversity. From verse 27, let's look at the words, and unto thy seed forever. This is a generational curse that will be passed down the line of Gehazi's descendants forever. Many people ask the question, where do the different ethnic groups come from? This question is asking about Africans, Asians, and Europeans' diversity from each other. The Bible answers this question when it tells us about how the families separated in Genesis chapter 10, Table of Nations. The Bible also answers this question when it gives us the description of leprosy in Leviticus 13, and also the situation of the curse of Gehazi. DNA science and anthropology also helps us with this question. DNA has confirmed that the first set of humans came from the continent of Africa, East Africa to be exact. With the advance of DNA science, DNA proved what anthropology told us in the past. Biblical leprosy turns skin to white. Therefore, it is more likely that the skin was dark prior to turning white. From dark you can get light, but from light you cannot get dark. For example, melanin is what gives the pigment its color or shade that shows up in the skin. If you have 0 melanin, you cannot get an increase, as nothing can come from 0 in our physical world. However, if you have 100% melanin, it can be decreased to any given amount, even down to 0. There are many people in Africa that experience this mutation, some in Asia, and a small few in Europe who do go paler than their already pale skin. Albinism is a group of genetic conditions marked by little or no melanin in the skin, hair, or eyes. They have a rare genetic condition caused by mutation of certain genes that affect the amount of melanin their body produces. There is also vitiligo that changes a person's skin color from dark skin to pale skin. The language in the Bible is telling us that was the case for Gehazi. He went from dark skin to pale skin. It said he would be as white as snow. If he was already a white skinned person, the language would state, your skin would be whiter than, not white as. Vitiligo is a type of disease or condition developed when your immune system attacks part of your own body. One is born with albinism, and one gets vitiligo when the body attacks itself and changes dark skin into light skin or lighter skin. The description of biblical leprosy is close to vitiligo. A change in the color of skin occurs at some point in the person's life. Let's look at the opposite. If leprosy was described in the Bible as a skin disease that turns the skin black, and Gehazi was cursed with leprosy and his skin turned from white to black, how would that play out in our society today? For example, if the passage states the following, the leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as black as coal. Would people be saying that this is a possibility of how the black ethnic group came to be? I think that is a resounding yes. In the Bible, a leper is clean if he turns pale 100% and if he goes back to his dark skin 100%. The cursed condition is the combination skin. When the person is showing dark skin with the patches of pale white skin, that is when the Bible calls the leper unclean. Conclusion. You will see that the biblical description of leprosy in its clean state sounds very much like a person who has vitiligo and has been fully changed. The Bible gives us a possibility of how this condition came to be and how people change from one skin shade to another. Man does not want to believe what God tells us. Gehazi, in his clean state, that is being pale, white, all over, fathered children looking the same way, pale white all over. Conclusion continue. Some churches, one I know of is the Worldwide Church of God. I don't know if they still teach it, but I know they used to, and I still think they do, teach that the three main groups of people on earth that came from Shem, Ham, and Japheth are the black man, the white man, and the yellow man. They also say that Shem is the father of the white man, Ham is the father of the black man, and Japheth is the father of the yellow man. But is that true? Yes and no. Biblically, after the flood, all peoples on earth came from the three men mentioned above. But no to the idea of the respective ethnic group assigned to them by some churches. Why? Let's think about it. Both Noah and his wife were the parents of all three men. Therefore, they would all be either all black or all white or all yellow. The three colors are too far apart to entertain that teaching. They were all the same color, and the diversity came in much later from events such as the separation of groups according to the Table of Nations, at the Tower of Babel, the areas they went to, the environment they were exposed to, the food they ate, and the change in DNA that occurred over time may cause leprosy, vitiligo, and albinism. These are all the factors that have contributed to the reason we have the different shades to the skin today, and as a result, many various ethnic groups of people. Another thing to consider, as people stay within their respective areas, that is Africa, Asia, Europe, and inbreed with each other, they became more homogeneous within their own group and became more diverse from the other outside group. I thank you for watching this video. See you next time.